If there were a city shaped by rivers and ocean winds, reflecting the world as it changes and redefining the image of the East again and again with every rising tide, what kind of light would it carry? If there were a city where history lingers quietly in old alleys, yet the future accelerates across towers of glass and steel, where speed and softness, order and everyday warmth coexist without contradiction, what story would it be telling the world? If there were a city that has welcomed the world with open arms for over a century and still holds onto a gentle human touch, preserving the warmth of an entire era, what kind of place would it become? This is Shanghai, a city born between river and sea, shaped by the currents of time and shining where east meets west. Here, the past and the future do not clash. Together, they form the light of the city. Shanghai's story begins with water. Set on the vast alluvial plain where the Yangtze enters the East China Sea, the city stands with its back to a mighty river and its face toward the open ocean. Geography made Shanghai a natural harbor. History made it a meeting point between China and the world. The Huangpu River cuts through the city, dividing Shanghai into Puxi and Pudong. Two shores, two eras, two visions of the same city. On one side lies Puxi, old neighborhoods, former concessions, and traces of early industrial life. On the other stands Pudong, towers rising skyward, finance, technology, and ambition growing by the day. The Yangtze brings cargo, people, commerce, and culture. The Pacific brings languages, ideas, and the rhythm of the world. Shanghai did not choose openness, it was destined for it. Tides bring change, tides bring opportunity, and in their ebb and flow, Shanghai learned how to speak with the world. If a single image could define Shanghai, it would be the Bund. Along this riverfront promenade stand over 20 buildings of Western architectural styles. Classical, Baroque, Gothic, eclectic, together forming the iconic Museum of World Architecture. A century ago, this was the beating heart of finance and trade in the Far East. Today, it is where the world comes to understand Shanghai. At dawn, soft sunlight awakens the stone facades, and the river breeze carries whispers of the past. At night, lights trace the contours of each building, turning the entire shoreline into a moving tapestry of history and illumination. Across the river, Pudong's skyline rises in glass and steel. In the reflection on the water, history and modernity meet in silent conversation. The Bund is not the whole of Shanghai, but it is the soul that the world first sees. Cross the Waibaidu Bridge, and Shanghai's future stands right before you. Here rise its four iconic towers. The Oriental Pearl Tower with its three pink spheres echoing the poetic imagery of pearls falling onto a jade plate. The Jinmao Tower, a modern interpretation of traditional Chinese pagodas. The Shanghai World Financial Center, sharp, geometric, and instantly recognizable, nicknamed the bottle opener. The Shanghai Tower, 632 meters, a spiraling form reaching into the clouds, symbolizing strength, speed, and the future, China's tallest building and the third tallest in the world. By day, sunlight glides across their glass surfaces. By night, lights flow along their curved facades as if the future were alive. Lujiazui tells the world, this is a city that grows toward the sky and dreams in the language of steel and light. To truly understand Shanghai, you must walk away from the towers and step into its alleys. Shikumen, Shanghai's most iconic traditional architecture, combines Chinese bricks and Western-inspired stone gates. It is the earliest expression of the city's unique Haipai culture. In Laoximen, Xintiandi, and Sinan Road, Shikumen houses stand beside modern cafes, boutiques, and creative studios, blending the old rhythm of Shanghai with the pulse of a modern metropolis. But it is the alley itself that carries the city's warmth. Laundry sways in the sunlight, raindrops slow the footsteps at the alley's entrance. Neighbors exchange soft greetings with the gentleness unique to Shanghai. Haipai culture is a quiet temperament, open yet measured, elegant yet unpretentious, modern yet deeply connected to daily life. Here, tradition is not a relic. It is a kind of quiet confidence woven into the city's way of being. Beneath its modern facade, Shanghai's deepest roots lie in its old town. The city god temple has kept its incense burning for more than 6 centuries. Prayers, rituals, and traditional festivals remain part of daily life. Just steps away, the classical Garden of Yu Garden unfolds like a poem. Rockeries, bridges, winding corridors, every detail carries the elegance of Jiangnan culture. Here, ancient design and modern skyscrapers share the same skyline, offering a rare glimpse into what Shanghai once was. Along the Suzhou Creek, old warehouses, factories, and steel bridges record Shanghai's transformation from handicraft town to industrial powerhouse. These alleys, bridges, and riverbanks are the city's living memories, quiet, persistent, enduring. If architecture helps you see Shanghai, food helps you feel it. Morning begins with a basket of xiaolongbao, thin-skinned, juicy, delicately crafted. Shengjian dumplings hold crispness and richness in one bite, the kind of flavor that stays with a person for a lifetime. At noon, the warmth of Shanghainese cuisine appears. Hongshaoru glistening under the light, euboxia fresh and aromatic, crab roe wontons carrying the essence of river towns. At night, the city shifts to a softer rhythm. Noodle shops on street corners, dinners by the river, the faint bitterness of coffee drifting through the air. Shanghai treats food as a daily ritual, simple but meticulous, humble yet refined. In every taste, there is a piece of the city's soul. Shanghai is a global city in every sense, one of the world's busiest ports, a center for international finance, trade, and innovation. Lujiazui links global capital. Zhangjiang cultivates frontier technology. Lingang rises with aerospace, intelligent manufacturing, and new energy industries. Hongqiao connects Shanghai to the world through commerce. From a historic trading port to a world-class hub of finance and science, Shanghai has always stood at the frontier of openness. Every skyline, every expo, every project reflects the city's momentum, its belief that the future is something worth building every day. Behind its speed and precision, Shanghai hides a soft and luminous heart. The Shanghai Disney Resort in Pudong is not just a theme park. It is where imagination finds a home. By day, it is joy and adventure. By night, fireworks bloom above the castle, casting light onto the skyline and onto the tender side of this metropolis. Along the Huangpu River, a night cruise reveals a different Shanghai. Lights spreading across the Bund, skyscrapers shimmering in reflection, the city's most elegant ritual. In Zhuhui Riverside, runners, families, artists, and cafes create a gentle, breathing rhythm for the city. Art spaces along Suzhou Creek, small concerts, weekend markets, exhibitions, all give Shanghai a vibrant, creative pulse that lasts long after sunset. Shanghai's romance is subtle but constant, glowing quietly in every corner of the night. From Old Town to Lujiazui, from Suzhou Creek to the Huangpu River, Shanghai tells the world, a city can have roots and wings at the same time. It doesn't need to be loud to be alive. It doesn't need to be proud to be brilliant. Maybe you've never been here, but when you see the Bund at night, hear the tide against the embankment, or watch the skyline shimmer at dusk, you will understand. Shanghai has already opened its landscape to the world. I am Fantasy Traveler. May every journey help you fall in love with this world again. See you in the next episode.